So if we start here with, this is system 3, this is now in its 7th year, remember. This is spring wheat that's sown after a cover crop that was established with the combi drill. Okay, so we're now looking at system 4. This is spring wheat, which is sown into a cover crop that was established last autumn using the weave-in direct drill. So we've got the comparison between the combi drill there, we've got the comparison with the weave-in direct drill. So that's given us an overview of what our spring sown wheats are looking like, and I hope you'll agree with me, they're looking pretty good. A lot of the farmers that come on the site every year, they say to us, oh, you've been lucky, you've got away with it for 1 year. This is now our 7th year and we're consistently achieving good results by growing a cover crop followed by spring wheat. Okay, we're in system 12 here, and I just wanted to show you this. This is, again, spring wheat, direct drilled at the end of March. The difference in cover crop establishment here is that on this particular plot, we actually broadcast the, well, we blew it rather than broadcast. We blew the seed of the cover crop down into the standing wheat crop before it was harvested. It wasn't particularly successful last autumn, our establishment of the cover, and we're going to do some further development work on this because we really see a great future in it. Because when you look at the plot, the spring wheat is all there. We haven't moved the soil at all on this particular plot, and from a blackgrass control point of view, a pure soil health, then it's got many benefits, but we just need to get that cover crop establishment right, and we'll be working further with that this coming autumn. So we're now in system 6. We're looking at a spring barley sown on the same day as the spring wheats. This was established after a cover crop that was established with a combi drill last autumn. So this is typical of our spring barley on the site. Again, it's looking good, it's looking consistent. Okay, we're now looking at system 7. This is slightly different to what we've looked at so far in that we've got spring wheat sown here, but this is sown after what we call a traditional fallow. There's been no cover crop put in the ground here. All we did last autumn was that we loosened the plot using the Kilburn DTX down to about 20 centimetres, and then just left this plot bare over the winter time. We've noticed over the years now that we get very poor water infiltration where we don't have cover crops, so we get water running off this plot. And if you look in here quite closely now, you will see that we've got quite a lot of blackgrass just starting to, there's blackgrass here coming up, there's blackgrass here, and what actually happens is because we haven't got that cover crop in the ground, we're getting a lot more soil movement, and at the time of drilling in the spring, and it's allowing blackgrass to germinate. Okay, we're looking at system 10 here, which is spring oats, sown at the same time as the barleys and the spring wheat at the end of March. The difference this plot again is that similar to system 5, the cover crop last year was established using the Mia low disturbance subsoiler with the stock seeder unit on, and then we've come in with the weaving GD and established the spring oats. So again, plot's looking pretty good, nice and consistent, good germination. Okay, now we're in system 2 now. This is Kerrin winter wheat, which was established at the end of October. The previous cultivations in here prior to coming in with the drill was that we straw rake the whole plot with the, it's following oilseed rape, so it's a first wheat. We came in with the straw rake, the Claydon straw rake, just to spread the residue about. We then followed that up with the Vardestat crosscutter, which again did sort of further residue management and just a very light incorporation. And then we came in with the Kilburn DTX with the legs in at about sort of 20-25 centimetres. That was all carried out in August in dry conditions. Subsequent to that, we then came in, we sprayed off the volunteers and came in with the weaving GD on the 31st of October. And this is pretty typical of what we've got on a lot of sites around the UK. You can see here that between the tractor wheels, we've got reasonably good establishment. Where the tractor wheels ran, whilst on the day it was marginal conditions, but it was acceptable. The subsequent rainfall that came after drilling, you can see that it's just washed together down the wheelings and the crop's not grown. The typical soil characteristics here on Lamport is it's about a 25% clay, it's about 60% silt and about 15% sand. So it's classified as a silty clay loam, which tends to run together a little bit in the wet conditions. But you'll see looking over the plot that it's not really acceptable. We're not happy with this, and it's proved to be a high risk strategy waiting until late October. But we have to wait till late October on this site because of the blackgrass. Okay, this is system 9. This is a second wheat kerrin, again sown on the 31st of October. Remember, second wheat. Previous cultivations, straw rake and then cross-cutted back in August time, and then we left it until a stale seed bed, sprayed it off and established the wheat on the 31st of October. We've got terrible establishment in here, and you can see that the amount of blackgrass we've got growing because of a lack of crop competition. My only question I put to everybody now is that on a site with these blackgrass levels, why do we grow second wheat? We'd be much better not spending our money, keeping our money in our pocket, establishing a cover crop and then coming in with a spring crop, and we'll do far more good in our control of blackgrass. Okay, this is system 8A. It's probably our best plot of autumn sown kerrin. Again, established on the end of October using the weaving GD, the same as we did with the other plots of autumn sown wheat. However, this is it's a first wheat following oilseed rape. Same cultivation regimes as what we've done on some of the other plots, where we came through with the straw rake and then we followed up with the Vardestat cross cutter. And this is quite an important point here at Lamport with this issue of residue management. So if you just focus in on this system 8A, so as I say, straw rake followed by cross cutter. Right, now I just want to compare this system 8B with what we've just looked at there, system 8A, because the only difference between 8A and 8B is that this didn't have the cross cutter. All we did in here was went through with the straw rake after the oilseed rape had been combined, spread the residue, and then we came in with the weaving GD at the end of October, the same as 8A. You can see what a good job that Vardestat cross cutter has done for us in helping to get good establishment. It's quite poor in here. Finally, when I'm doing a comparison on the site between the autumn sown winter wheat and the spring sown spring wheat, I just wanted to finally show you these two plots here. This is the variety X-Stays, which was established on the 5th of December. And look at it again, it's pretty typical of what you might see up and down the UK. And then let's compare that against this plot here, which is the variety Kilburn, which is the variety we've used on the site this year. So we've got Kilburn here established at the end of March. And all I'd ask you really, the question I pose to growers is, why do we force crops when we can be patient and wait and put this in? Because I know which one I'd put my money on today.